What is up, guys? Frank the Tank here, back on another episode of MLB 16 The Show. MLB The Show 16, whatever the hell you want to call it. Home opener with the Chicago Cubs today. As you can see, we are 5-1. Pretty decent evening for baseball here in the windy city of Chicago. We got our Cubbies here, 5-1, doing really well so far to start the season. Offense isn't super fantastic, but our pitching's been really good. There's Chris Archer. He's going to be on the mound for us today. We got him in the trade that sent Javier Baez, and I don't think it was Victorino. Javier Baez, that catcher Daniel Feller, and somebody else, I think it was Miguel Montero, to Tampa Bay in exchange for Archer. Here's all the opening day festivities and whatnot. There you see David Ross, Jason Hayward, looks like Dexter Fowler next to him. Might be Schwarber next to Fowler, but we're pretty excited. You know, we are pretty excited to start this game. That new scoreboard, that's a new feature for Wrigley Field this year, that massive scoreboard. They put it in last year, but it did not make it into the game, unfortunately. So we're happy to have that out there. And you know, Wrigley Field, one of the classic stadiums in baseball. There's the old-timey scoreboard going on, taking on the Reds, division rival. Pereza, Eugenio Suarez, Votto Mesoraco, Bruce Phillips, Schebler, Zach Cozart, and Raciel Iglesias. That's going to be your lineup today for the Reds. Raciel Iglesias is their number one starter now in real life because, you know, Homer Bailey to the DL. He's coming off Tommy John. Michael Lorenzen. You know, the Reds are playing the Pirates today. As you see, Chris Archer's numbers there doing really bad. Had a crappy first start. ERA is over 14, so it's our job to get that down today. And hopefully we can do that with our first batter coming up here, Jose Pereza. Quick 0-2 count, and we're going to strike him out on 3 pitches. Like I was saying today, Reds played the Pirates today in real life. They actually beat them, which sucks as we get the strikeout here of Eugenio Suarez. He homered today in real life. But they said on the broadcast the whole second half of the year after the All-Star break last year, the Reds started rookie pitchers the whole second half of the year, and that's going to be a base hit for Joey Votto, still one of the most dangerous hitters in baseball. But the whole second half of the year, the Reds started rookie pitchers, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me. With a 1-2 count, though, we get Devin Mesoraco, so we strike out the side, not in order, but that's 3 Ks for Chris Archer right out of the gate. Things are looking pretty good here in Chicago. But we should be able to handle the Reds pretty easily, especially in the game, as we see Joe Madden there, his ball club there, Dexter Fowler, Hayward hitting over 300, Bryant pretty bad so far, Rizzo, Schwarber, Lucroy, Zobrist, and Addison Russell bringing up the rear with a .062 batting average. Raciel Iglesias, his first start of the year, he went 8 scoreless innings, walked 1, striking out 5, only surrendering 5 hits. We're going to have our work cut out for us today. Has a really nice sinker along with some other pitches. And we're going to take that sinker and hit it right down to first with Dexter Fowler, and Votto's going to beat us to the bag. Nice put out there for Joey Votto. It's going to go 3 unassisted to lead off the game. Next batter, Jason Hayward here. 0-0 count. It's going to be the first pitch of the at-bat. We're looking to drive something, and we hit it weak back up the middle. Oh, Brandon Phillips cannot make the barehanded play. That ball's just going to get to the end of the infield dirt. That's going to be a base hit, a single for Jason Hayward. Nice to start off with him. He hit the home run for us in the last episode. Here we go, Chris Bryant batting 174 after the first series. No home runs, 1 RBI. But we get a pitch to drive here, and we're going to put this one in the gap, and Hayward's going to run. He is rounding second, going to third. Chris Bryant will chug into second. We're going to go home with Hayward, and we are in there. Not too much of a play at the plate, but really good to see Chris Bryant start to swing the bat. We laced that one into the gap. If he'd had a little air under it, that might have been out. But next batter, Anthony Rizzo, hitting .348 so far, and he's going to drive this ball, and it's going to get past a diving right fielder there. Not quite sure who that was. And Rizzo's going to go for 3. He is sliding into third, and they get him. He is out. But Chris Bryant comes around to score, so we are going to take a 2-0 lead now. Schwarber at the plate, 0-1 count. He's going to hit a little dribbler. It's awful that Schwarber is out for the entire season in real life. Really scary collision happened in the game against the Diamondbacks the other night. You really hate to see that. I mean, as we get the strikeout of Jay Bruce there, number 4 for Archer. And Scott Schebler here for us. 1-2 count. That's going to be number 5. But, as a Pirate fan, the Cubs are going to be really good, and it's going to be a really big challenge against them in the National League Central this year. But you never want to see a player get hurt. And Addison Russell was going to drive this ball to the gap, and it's gone. Just enough lift under that, taking that 0.62 average, raising it up a little with his first dinger of the year, giving us a 3-0 lead here. Iglesias can't believe it. He sees his ERA rising very quickly. But like I said, even on a division rival team, I think it makes you a really, really bad sports fan if you celebrate injuries, even for, your biggest rivals. I cannot stand that. But here we go. In the third, we are going to get Raciel Iglesias, the opposing pitcher, to strike out. Top of the fourth here, we're going to get Eugenio Suarez again for strikeout number 7 for Chris Archer. Not too much offense so far, but we are having some really good pitching from Archer. And then we're going to get Jay Bruce. He cannot check his swing, and that ball was in the strike zone anyway, so that's going to be number 8 for Chris Archer on the day. 3-0 lead still. Jumping top 5 here, 3-2 count to Brandon Phillips, always dangerous, but we're going to get him to swing over that changeup in the dirt. Lucroy on to Rizzo to record the out. Strikeout number 9 on the day for Archer, followed by strikeout number 10. Schebler cannot get a hold of that. Here we go, bottom 5, finally getting some offense here. 1-2 count, 1 out. Chris Bryant going to crack this ball right back up the middle for a base hit. We squared that one up. If I'd have swung with power, we probably would have put that out, but I was just swinging for average, just trying to get some guys on base. Next batter here, Anthony Rizzo, already 2 for 2 on the day. He's going to hit this ball through the big gap on the right side of the infield. That's going to move Bryant up to second, and Rizzo is 3 for 3 on the day. And that's going to spell the end for Raciel Iglesias. He goes 4 1/3, and he cannot make it through the 5th inning, so couple earned runs we tag him with. So the first batter for Sampson coming into the ball game in the 5th with 1 out, 2 runners on. The pitch to Schwarber, and he crushes this ball deep left center field, and you can kiss it goodbye. That's way up in the bleachers there, trying to hit the scoreboard like his buddy Chris Bryant did last year. That's going to be a 3-run bomb. First pitch of the inning for Sampson. And that's going to put your Cubbies up 6-0 here. 3-run bomb, number 4 on the year for Kyle Schwarber. He may be out in real life, but he is going to be very, very effective for us and a very big key, especially since I found out after I recorded this game, because I went to get a pinch hitter later in the game, and Soler was nowhere to be found. He is actually hurt. He's on the DL, as we're going to get a pitch to drive here, and Anthony Rizzo does just that, bottom 6, and we are going to hit that back up the middle. And we have some base running snafus here, but 2 runs are going to come around to score. Chris Bryant's going to record the last out at third base, and that's going to be 8-0. Anthony Rizzo 4 for 4 on the day. But yeah, we lost Jorge Soler for 1 to 2 months with I think it was a torn pectoral muscle. I'm about to shut injuries off. On my other franchise, I had Lorenzo Cain injured at the Diamondbacks. As we're going to get Jay Bruce to swing and miss here. His 3rd strikeout of the game, number 12 for Chris Archer. I might shut injuries off, but before I do that, I have to trade for another outfielder. Next episode, we're going to look for another one in the trade block, and Schebler here with his 3rd K of the game. 13 strikeouts for Chris Archer through 7, 8-0 Chicago. Jumping top 8 here, 0-0 count, or 0-2 count, no out. Zach Kozar's going to look at a changeup that he could have done something with. We get away with one there. Strikeout 14, and now 15. Suarez goes down for a 3rd time. 15 strikeouts for Chris Archer. Unbelievable. We're dominating with him. Very good pickup for us. He is our number 2 starter for a reason. And we're going to turn it over to Jeremy Jeffries into the 9th inning. 2-2 count on Joey Votto. And he hits one sharply down to Anthony Rizzo, who's going to put that away with no trouble at all. 2-2 count here. Next batter is Devin Mesoraco. He's going to swing and miss at that high fastball up in the zone. 2 outs, top 9. Jay Bruce is going to take his 4th strikeout of the game, and he isn't even going to put up a fight with that one. We have 17 strikeouts as a team today. Very, very good to see out of our ball club. Chris Archer dominating in his first start on the channel and his first victory of the year. He goes to 1-1. I'm not sure what we lowered his ERA to, but 8 scoreless innings is going to have to bring it down. Iglesias gets a loss, 4 1/3, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, and only 3 strikeouts, while surrendering 2 walks. Chris Archer, your winning pitcher, like I said, moves to 1-1, 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 15 Ks. Unbelievable. Archer dominant today. So you can see he's stopping right there to do a little bit of an interview, and he very well deserves it. 15 strikeouts. Going to be tough to top that throughout the year. Some offensive notes. Anthony Rizzo 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs. He had that RBI single, RBI double. Kyle Schwarber 2 for 4 with a 3-run bomb. Bryant 3 for 5. Addison Russell his first home run of the year. Check back later for more Chicago Cubs franchise. Thanks again, guys.